The Tobago House of Assembly's Executive Council approved the establishment of a tourism authority in the THA's Division of Tourism. The confirmation from the Secretary of Tourism, Culture and Transportation, Councillor Nadine Stewart-Phillips, who said their job is to get the tourism sector back up and running as soon as possible. Patricia Nicholson has the details.
Tobago's tourism sector has seen some hard times over the years with a decline in international tourist arrivals to the destination. While many have been talking about the different ways to improve the sector, new Tourism Secretary Nadine Stewart-Phillips, who has been on the job for just over 2 weeks, is moving swiftly to improve the sector. She has started with the establishment of a tourism authority.
Now, the basis for the creation of the new proposed tourism authority is in keeping with the THA policy decisions to revitalize the island's tourism sector to effect a sustainable tourism product to be able to compete globally.
She said the tourism authority would be free of the bureaucracy that plagued the division in the past and will ultimately lead to a more efficient and effective tourism sector.
The responsibility is policy implementation. The policy set by the division, and the authority would be implementing and assisting in terms of marketing and research of the destination. We are still, as I said, this was just an approval for the establishment. We would commence the consultation process and everything else that falls in line before there's an actual implementation.
She said the primary objective of this authority is to increase visitor arrivals in the short term and to eventually work towards attracting new and profitable business investments to Tobago to effect an increase in spend per capita and a greater contribution to the national economy by the sector.
However, I must note that this proposed direction is not meant to remove the Tobago House of Assembly in any way, and by extension the government's direction from the planning and management process of the destination's marketing, but rather to create greater efficiencies, collaborative synergies and commercial effectiveness at every level with this proposed agency.
The Tourism Secretary made it clear that the Tourism Authority is in no way being implemented to override neither the THA nor the central government's plan for tourism in Tobago. Now that the establishment of the initiative has been approved by the Exec Council, the next step, she said, was to have consultations with the various stakeholders before the authority is officially implemented. I'm Patricia Nicholson for C News.
The Secretary of Tourism, Culture and Transportation, Nadine Stewart-Phillips, is to convene an urgent meeting with the THA representative on the Port Authority Board of Trinidad and Tobago for an update on the current situation and intended remedial actions to be taken to improve the sea bridge. Speaking specifically on the uncertainty of the Superfast Glacier, the Secretary said a final decision has not yet been made on its fate.
I'm aware of the situation that the business community are facing currently. I spoke to our representative on the board of the Port Authority, and she did indicate to me that a final decision has not yet been made on the status of the Superfast Glacier.
Although she was a bit unsure about what was preventing a final decision from being made, Secretary Stewart-Phillips said the final decision would most likely have to come from the central government. With respect to Caribbean Airlines, the Tourism Secretary said they're pushing for a THA representative to be appointed to that board.
Of the Tobago House of Assembly did not sit on the CAL board for maybe the past 20 years, and we will be advocating and triggering, of course, they are our colleagues at central government, and we would really be pushing for this because we are going to face a crisis if we do not get our air and sea bridge under control.